You know that feeling when you're standing at a fork in the road and you're not quite sure which way to go? That moment when you're caught between who you've been and who you're meant to become? Yeah, we've all been there. And here's the thing, sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't found in logic or reason. They're hidden in something much deeper, something ancient, something that's been speaking to humanity since the very beginning. I'm talking about symbols. Think about it. Long before we had written language, before we had books or the internet or any of this modern stuff, humans were carving symbols into cave walls. They were weaving them into tapestries, passing them down through stories, through myths, through dreams that felt more real than waking life. These weren't just pretty pictures or random doodles. No, they were something far more powerful. They were the language of the soul, a way of expressing truths that regular words just can't touch. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, he got this on a level that most people never will. He spent his entire life studying the human psyche, diving deep into the unconscious mind. And you know what he discovered? Symbols aren't just things we look at, they're bridges. They connect our conscious mind, the part of us that thinks and plans and worries about tomorrow, with the vast, mysterious ocean of our unconscious, that hidden part of ourselves where our deepest truths live. And today, right now, you're about to take a journey into that ocean. I'm going to show you 4 ancient symbols, 4 powerful archetypes that have shaped human understanding for thousands of years. The tree, the ocean, the mountain, and the flame. Each one of these symbols carries its own unique energy, its own story, its own reflection of what it means to be human. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at these 4 symbols, and I want you to choose one. But here's the catch. Don't overthink it. Don't analyze it. Don't sit there trying to figure out which one sounds the coolest or which one you think you should pick. That's your logical mind trying to take control, and right now, we need to quiet that voice. Instead, I want you to close your eyes. For just a second, take a deep breath. Let all that tension in your shoulders drop. And when you open your eyes, just ask yourself one simple question. Which symbol feels like home? Which one pulls at something deep inside your chest? Which one makes you feel something you can't quite put into words? Because here's the truth. This isn't a random choice. According to Jungian psychology, the symbols we're naturally drawn to, the ones that make us stop and stare, they reveal the archetypal forces that are actively shaping our personality, our relationships, the way we move through the world, and even our destiny. The symbol you choose today is going to act like a mirror. And when you look into that mirror, you're going to see truths about yourself that maybe you've always felt, but never fully understood. Things that have been sitting just below the surface, waiting for you to notice them. So take your time. Look at these 4 symbols: the tree, the ocean, the mountain, and the flame. Don't rush this. Trust your gut. Trust that instinct that knows you better than your thinking mind ever could. Let your soul make this choice. Because I promise you, what you're about to discover might just change the way you see yourself forever. And honestly, that's kind of exciting, isn't it?
If your soul chose the tree, if that's the symbol that made your heart skip a beat, then listen closely, because this says something really profound about who you are at your core. The tree isn't just any symbol. It represents roots that go deeper than anyone can see. It's about growth, connection, and that eternal cycle of life that just keeps turning no matter what. A tree stands there with its roots buried deep in the earth, holding on tight, while at the same time, its branches are reaching up toward the sky, stretching towards something greater. And that's you. That's literally who you are. You're someone who's grounded in reality, you've got your feet on solid ground, but at the same time, you're always reaching, always stretching towards something more, something higher, something that calls to your soul. You understand something that a lot of people miss. Life isn't about reaching some final destination and then just stopping. It's a continuous journey of becoming. It's about evolution. And growth? Man, growth excites you. But I'm not talking about just climbing the career ladder or making more money or buying a bigger house. I'm talking about the kind of growth that happens inside, the expansion of your consciousness, the deepening of your wisdom, the way your character develops and strengthens over time like rings forming inside a tree trunk. You've got this patience that honestly, most people just don't have. We live in a world where everyone wants everything right now, instantly, yesterday if possible. But you get it. You understand that real transformation, the kind that actually lasts, it takes time. You're like that tree that grows a little bit stronger with each passing season. You don't rush the process because you know that anything worth having is worth waiting for, worth working for, worth growing into. And here's something beautiful about you. People feel safe around you. There's this energy you give off, this vibe of stability and trustworthiness that just radiates from you without you even trying. Your friends, when life gets crazy, when the storms hit and everything feels like it's fallen apart, they come to you. They seek you out because they know that you're not going to be shaken by their chaos. You're not going to freak out or make things worse. You listen without judging them. You offer perspective without being preachy about it. Your strength is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself, but man, is it unshakable. Family matters to you. Community matters to you. You understand something really deep. No tree stands alone. If you look beneath the surface, beneath the soil, you'll find that the roots of trees are all tangled up together, supporting each other through these invisible networks. That's how you see life. You value connection. You value legacy. You think about the future in a way that most people don't. You're planting seeds today, knowing full well that you might never get to sit in their shade, and you're okay with that. Because you understand that what you do today ripples into tomorrow, and the day after that, and generations beyond. But here's something that most people don't see about you. Your greatest strength can sometimes become your prison. Because you're so rooted, so committed to stability and doing the right thing and being reliable, change can feel really threatening to you. There are times when you hold on to the familiar even when every part of you knows that growth is demanding you let go. And learning to shed those old leaves to release what no longer serves you, to allow parts of yourself to fall away so new growth can come in, that's your biggest challenge, but also your greatest opportunity for transformation. When it comes to love, you don't mess around. Your love is deep and it endures. When you commit to someone, it's not just some fleeting emotion that's going to disappear when things get hard. It's a choice you make every single day. You build relationships the way trees grow, slowly, carefully, with intention and patience. And the people who earn a place in your life, they know they've found something rare. They found a love that can weather every season, every storm, every challenge that life throws at it. If you chose the tree, you are the living embodiment of resilience and wisdom. You remind the rest of us that real strength isn't about never bending. It's about having roots so deep that no storm, no matter how fierce, can uproot you. You're here to grow, to connect, to nurture, and to leave this world richer and more beautiful than you found it.
If your soul chose the ocean, if that's the symbol that resonated deep in your chest, then get ready because what I'm about to tell you is gonna hit different. The ocean reveals a spirit that is vast, mysterious, and endlessly deep. We're talking about the symbol of emotion, intuition, and the unconscious mind itself. The ocean is powerful, but it's also fluid. It can be gentle waves lapping at the shore one moment and a devastating storm the next. And choosing the ocean means you're someone who feels everything intensely. Your emotional world isn't some shallow puddle that people can see straight through. No, it's an abyss. It's got layers upon layers of currents running through it, some near the surface, some so deep down that even you don't fully understand them. You're deeply intuitive, like scary intuitive. You sense things before they actually happen. You feel shifts in energy that other people completely miss. Someone walks into a room and everyone else is clueless, but you already know something's off. You can read people like they're open books. You understand their unspoken needs. You offer comfort in ways that feel almost magical to others. But here's the flip side of that gift. You absorb emotions like a sponge. And I'm not just talking about your own emotions. You're picking up on everyone else's too. You walk into a room and suddenly you're carrying the weight of feelings that aren't even yours. That's exhausting. That's a lot to deal with on a daily basis. Creativity flows through you like water. It just does. Whether you express it through art or music or writing, or even just the way you live your life, there's something poetic about your existence. You see beauty in places other people walk right past. You find meaning in moments that others dismiss as ordinary. This makes you a natural storyteller. You can take something mundane and turn it into something profound, something that makes people stop and really think. Your relationships are intense and transformative. You don't do that surface-level small-talk friendship thing. You can't. It's not in your nature. When you love someone, you dive deep. You want to know their soul. You want to understand their fears and their dreams, and all those parts they hide from the rest of the world. This depth creates bonds that are absolutely unbreakable. But it also makes you vulnerable to heartbreak in ways that other people just don't experience. Because when you love fully with your whole heart, you also risk losing fully. The pain cuts deeper for you. Yet here's where your challenge lives. The ocean can be both a sanctuary and a prison. Your emotions, while beautiful and powerful, can sometimes overwhelm you completely. There are days when the waves feel too strong. Days when you don't know if you're swimming or drowning. Days when you just want to feel nothing for a little while because feeling everything is too much. Learning to honor your feelings without being consumed by them, that's your life's work. That's what you're here to master. You need solitude to recharge, and that's not a bad thing. Unlike a lot of people who are terrified of being alone with their thoughts, you actually require it. You need that alone time. Silence is where you reconnect with yourself. It's where all the noise of the world fades away, and you can finally hear your own voice again. This isn't isolation. This isn't you being antisocial or weird. It's self-preservation. It's wisdom. Your need for solitude is actually one of the smartest things about you. If you chose the ocean, you are the embodiment of emotional depth and intuitive power. You remind the rest of us that feeling deeply isn't a flaw or a weakness. It's a superpower. You're here to heal, to create, and to connect other people. That vulnerability isn't something to be ashamed of. It's actually the birthplace of real connection.
If your soul chose the mountain, if that symbol that made something click inside your chest, then buckle up, because what this reveals about you is powerful. The mountain speaks to a spirit that's built for endurance, ambition, and this unwavering determination that just doesn't quit. The mountain is the symbol of strength, achievement, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. It stands tall against the sky, completely unmoved by wind or weather or anything else that tries to shake it. It's a testament to the power of persistence. And choosing the mountain means you're someone who sets goals and refuses to stop until you reach them. Period. End of story. You're driven by purpose. Mediocrity feels like suffocation to you. Like you literally can't breathe when you're stuck in average. You want to climb, you want to conquer, you want to stand at the peak and prove to yourself that you're capable of extraordinary things. And here's what's important to understand. This isn't about ego. This isn't you trying to show off or prove something to other people. It's about self-mastery.
It's about knowing deep in your bones that you were meant for more. You've got this inner fire that pushes you forward, even when the path gets steep and the air gets thin and everyone else has turned back. Where other people give up, you dig deeper. Where other people see obstacles, you see challenges to overcome. Where other people see reasons why something can't be done, you see a puzzle to solve. This makes you a natural leader. You're the person others look to when courage is needed. When things get tough and everyone's freaking out, they turn to you. People admire your strength. They see your discipline, your focus, your absolute refusal to settle for less than what you know you're capable of. But here's what they don't always see. They don't see the weight you carry. Because ambition, while it's powerful and it drives you forward, it can also be incredibly isolating. The higher you climb, the fewer people there are who understand the view. The fewer people there are who get what you're going through. There are moments, maybe more than you'd like to admit, when you feel alone at the top. You're surrounded by success. You've achieved things that other people only dream about, but you're starving for real connection, for someone who actually understands you. Your challenge, and this is a big one, is balance. You're so focused on reaching that summit, on getting to the top, that sometimes you forget to enjoy the journey. You push yourself relentlessly. You drive yourself hard, often at the expense of rest, joy, and just being present in the moment. Learning that real strength also includes knowing when to pause, when to take a breath, when to simply be instead of constantly doing, that's going to make you not just successful, but actually fulfilled. There's a difference between those two things, and you need to find it. In relationships, you value loyalty and respect above absolutely everything else. You don't have time for games. You don't have patience for shallow connections or people who aren't serious. You want people who match your intensity, who share your vision, who are willing to climb alongside you instead of holding you back or asking you to dim your light. And when you find those people, when you find your tribe, you're fiercely protective and deeply committed to them. But remember this, even mountains need valleys. Even the strongest peaks have soft meadows at their base. Even pure strength needs moments of softness. If you chose the mountain, you are the embodiment of resilience and ambition. You remind the rest of us that greatness isn't something that's just handed to you. It's earned through sweat and sacrifice and an unbreakable will. You are here to rise, to inspire, and to show other people that the only limits that truly exist are the ones we accept in our own minds.
If the flame captured your attention, if that's the symbol that lit something up inside you, then hold on tight, because what this reveals about your soul is absolutely electric. The flame speaks to a spirit that burns with passion, transformation, and this uncontainable hunger for life that just can't be tamed. The flame is the symbol of energy, change, and rebirth. It destroys and creates in the same breath. It's wild, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. And choosing the flame means you're someone who lives with intensity. You don't just exist. You don't just go through the motions. You blaze. Every experience, every emotion, every single moment is felt at maximum volume. You're magnetic in a way that's hard to explain. People are drawn to your energy like moths to light. They can't help it. Your presence fills a room the second you walk in. Your laughter is contagious. Your passion is inspiring. You have this way of making other people feel alive simply by being near you. This makes you absolutely unforgettable, but it also means you burn through relationships, jobs, and phases of life faster than most people can keep up with. Change doesn't scare you, not even a little bit. Actually, it excites you. You understand something that most people are terrified to accept. Transformation requires destruction. Sometimes you have to burn down the old to make space for the new. Sometimes things have to fall apart so better things can come together. This makes you fearless in ways that other people just can't comprehend.
Where they cling to comfort and safety, you embrace chaos. Where they fear loss, you see opportunity. Where they want everything to stay the same, you're already 3 steps ahead imagining what could be. Creativity is your lifeblood. It's not just something you do, it's who you are. You're an artist, an innovator, a rebel. You see possibilities where other people see limitations. Your ideas are often way ahead of their time, too bold, too unconventional, too different. But that's exactly what makes them brilliant. You're not here to color inside the lines. You're here to set the whole page on fire and create something nobody's ever seen before. Yet here's where your shadow lives. Fire, while it's incredibly powerful, can also be destructive. Your intensity can overwhelm people. It can be too much for them to handle. Your need for constant stimulation, for new experiences, for the next adventure, it can lead to restlessness. You might struggle with commitment because there's always this voice in the back of your head wondering if something better, brighter, more exciting is waiting just beyond the horizon. Learning to channel your fire, to build instead of just burn, to create instead of just destroy, that's your path to mastery. You also have this deep fear of being trapped. Routine feels like death to you. Predictability is your enemy. The idea of doing the same thing every day for the rest of your life makes you want to run screaming in the opposite direction. This makes you an adventurer, a wanderer, someone who's always seeking the next thrill, but it can also make you unreliable. It can make it hard for people to count on you. Finding ways to honor your need for freedom while also creating some kind of stability, that's the balance you've got to strike. In love, you are all or nothing. There's no middle ground with you. When you commit to someone, you burn for them completely. Your love is intense, passionate, all-consuming. But you need a partner who can match your fire, someone who won't be consumed by it or scared of it, but will dance with it, someone who can handle the heat. If you chose the flame, you are the embodiment of transformation and passion. You remind the rest of us that life is not meant to be lived cautiously. It's not meant to be safe and predictable and boring. It's meant to be felt, tasted, experienced, and burned through with every single ounce of energy we possess. You're here to ignite, to transform, and to show other people that rebirth is always possible, no matter how many times we've fallen.
So we've just taken this incredible journey together through 4 powerful symbols: the tree, the ocean, the mountain, and the flame, each one acting like a mirror, reflecting back different aspects of what it means to be human. But here's what makes this whole thing truly profound. And I really want you to sit with this for a second. You didn't choose randomly. I know it might have felt spontaneous, like you just picked whatever caught your eye first, but something deep within you, something beyond your conscious thinking mind, recognized itself in one of these symbols. That recognition, that pull you felt, that's your unconscious mind speaking directly to you. It's trying to tell you something important. Carl Jung spent his entire life studying this exact phenomenon. He dedicated decades to understanding how the human psyche works. And you know what he discovered? Symbols are the language of the psyche. They're the way our deepest self communicates truths that our conscious mind hasn't quite grasped yet. When you feel drawn to a symbol, when something about it just clicks, you're not just expressing some random preference. You're acknowledging an archetypal force that's actively shaping your personality, your relationships, the decisions you make, and the path your life is taking. And here's something really fascinating that most people don't realize. The symbol you chose today might not be the same one you'd choose a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. Because as we grow, as we face challenges and go through transformations, as life beats us up and builds us back stronger, different archetypes become active within us. They come forward when we need them. This is the beauty of self-awareness. It's not some static thing that you figure out once and then you're done. It's a living, breathing process of becoming. It evolves with you. Understanding your symbol gives you real power. And I'm not talking about some mystical, magical power. I'm talking about practical, everyday power that you can use right now. It helps you recognize your strengths so you can lean into them instead of doubting yourself. It illuminates your challenges, brings them out of the shadows so you can actually work through them instead of just stumbling over them again and again. It shows you patterns in your relationships, why you're attracted to certain people, why certain dynamics keep repeating. It gives you insight into your career choices, your emotional life, the way you handle stress. And most importantly, it reminds you of something crucial. You are not broken. You are not flawed. You're not too much or not enough or any of those lies we tell ourselves. You are simply human, complex, layered, beautifully imperfect, and exactly who you're supposed to be. So what do you do with this knowledge now that you have it? You carry it forward. You pay attention to how your symbol shows up in your daily life. Notice when you're living in alignment with it, when you feel like you're flowing and everything just makes sense. And notice when you're fighting against it, when you feel that resistance, that friction, that sense that something's off. Use your symbol as a compass when you feel lost. Let it remind you of who you are when the world tries to tell you otherwise, when people project their expectations onto you, when society says you should be different, when you start doubting yourself. Come back to your symbol. Come back to this truth about yourself. And remember, psychology isn't about having all the answers tied up in a neat little bow. It's about asking better questions. It's about curiosity and compassion and having the courage to look inward, even when it's uncomfortable, even when what you find isn't pretty. Because the journey to understanding yourself, that's the most important journey you'll ever take. It's the foundation for everything else.